Hi, I'm Deanna Jensen, and this is my ePortfolio presentation. Before I started at Bryan Stratton University, I had never even heard of an ePortfolio. I completed my education at a local community college, my legal education, about 6 years ago, and that was not part of the curriculum. I wish it had been, because I want my ePortfolio to reflect the considerable learning and growth that I've experienced throughout my legal education. And I'm extremely happy with the pieces that I've chosen to include. I feel like they showcase my acquired knowledge, skills, behaviors. I'll refer to them as KSBs for brevity, in relation to program learning outcomes and the application of those KSBs to my career. I'd like to explain in more detail using some works that I have chosen to include in my ePortfolio. So the first entry I want to discuss is part 1 of my portfolio project for contract law. It's an intra-office memo to the supervising attorney concerning a child care employment contract. So it was very involved. And this document helps show that I can distinguish appropriate legal terminology and utilize terms correctly in legal documents. I feel like being able to adequately draft documents is something that's going to be expected by employers from the day that you start. So this intra-office memo also shows that I can design and compose legal documents, including but not limited to correspondence, pleadings, briefs, memoranda, everything that's relevant to different substantive areas of law. So in this memo, we were asked to explain the case at hand. In this instance, again, a child care employment contract, and research and cite relevant case law and statutes. Much of the work a paralegal does deals with research. And this memo provided the perfect opportunity for me to utilize those electronic and print resources to locate primary and secondary law-related legal documents to research and summarize and evaluate legal issues. I believe being able to conduct relevant and useful research and then being able to then apply it to your case that you're working on is a skill that most attorneys find very valuable. Another entry I chose to include in my ePortfolio was the group project we were assigned in Law Office Management and Technology. That was a class I really enjoyed. This is possibly my favorite entry out of all of them. I love working as part of a team. And since everyone was located in different parts of the country, we had to Skype a lot, email a lot, text a lot, and we all had different personalities. So that was really interesting. And at one point, I wasn't sure how in the world we were going to be able to come together and achieve this goal, finalize this project. But somehow we worked through it and we all became friends. Some of them I still talk to this day. But I am so proud of what we produced in that document. We were asked to create a law firm, a hypothetical scenario, chose the area of law and the type of firm we wanted to be. We had to list all the positions in the firm and explain their duties, both just daily duties and then duties in anticipation of a trial, and then create billing procedures by drafting an attorney-client contingency fee agreement. So there were several KSBs that this project allowed us to achieve. It required us to identify and utilize the information, technology, tools, and skills in both general and law office related practices. It also gave us the opportunity to describe and discuss the basic responsibilities, legal and procedural theories, and limitations of a paralegal. So it was super important, I think, because gaining an understanding of exactly who does what in the law office is invaluable, and it's something that will help you as you navigate through the workplace. Finally, in this project, we were again asked to design and compose legal documents, including but not limited to correspondence, briefs, pleading, memorandum, and that are relevant to different substantive areas of law in the form of an attorney-client contingency fee agreement that we had to draft. So another entry I chose to include was the portfolio project we completed as part of our legal research and writing 2 class. We were given a hypothetical situation in which we were defending a bakery that was accused of trademark infringement. In the first part of the project, we were asked to draft a predictive memo addressing all of the legal issues that were involved in the case, case law that supported our findings, and whether or not we would even be successful if we filed a motion to remove to federal court. But that gave me the chance to apply appropriate paralegal specific knowledge, skills, and behaviors to analyze and interpret primary and secondary law sources and related to legal documents. So that's hugely important. The opportunity to hone these skills was great, because in the workplace as a paralegal, you're going to have to analyze and interpret law as it applies to the cases you're dealing with every day. And also, by researching case law via LexisNexis, we showed that we could utilize appropriate current technology and resources to locate and evaluate information needed to accomplish a goal, and then communicate findings either visually, written, and or oral, in oral formats. The second part of the portfolio project asked us to draft a motion to remove to federal court. This reinforced that we could distinguish appropriate legal terminology and utilize terms correctly in legal documents. This assignment gave us the chance to design and compose our own legal documents, including but not limited to correspondence, pleadings, briefs, memoranda, and any other that are relevant to different substantive areas of law. You're going to hear that a lot. The fact that so many of our tasks ask us to draft legal documents just shows how important it will be to transfer that ability when we start our own careers. I also had to do a fair amount of research on LexisNexis to get this project done, and in fact I used a lot of other legal web resources as well. But it was important that I knew how to utilize those electronic and print resources to locate primary and secondary law, related legal documents to research, summarize, and evaluate legal issues. So I can't stress how invaluable it is to be familiar with these great resources like LexisNexis and Westlaw. Fluent searching takes practice. It takes a lot of practice. But once you become accustomed to the search options they offer, you'll probably use them on a daily basis. They are invaluable. Potential employees or employers are looking for individuals that can effectively research relevant, current, useful case law and other legal issues dealing with the cases they're working on. This project allowed us to show that we could utilize appropriate current technology and resources to locate and evaluate information needed to accomplish a goal, which was to finalize this project, and then communicate the findings in a visual, written, and or oral format, which we did in a written format. The third and final part of this portfolio project had us create a trial brief for the case against the hypothetical bakery with the lawsuit infringement case. We are again given the opportunity to showcase several of the KSBs such as to distinguish appropriate legal terminology and utilize terms correctly in legal documents, pleadings, including but not limited to correspondence, pleadings, briefs, memoranda, and excuse me, my papers are blown away, and that are relevant to different substantive areas of law. So, super important. Utilizing electronic and print resources to locate primary and secondary law-related legal documents to research, summarize, and evaluate the issues. This project let us do it, and I got a lot of experience out of this, liked it. Above all else, this assignment highlights the fact we're capable of applying appropriate paralegal specific knowledge, skills, and behaviors to analyze and interpret primary and secondary law sources and the legal documents that are related. The last entry I'm going to discuss came from my Career Development 1 course. We were asked to prepare 3 theorist reflections on Super's Late Adolescent Career Development, John Crumbolt's article, Integrating Career and Personal Counseling, and the Constructivist Theory of Career Development. Sounds difficult, but it's really interesting stuff. These reflections help me become more aware of different aspects and theories regarding career development and how I personally relate to it. These reflections also show how I employ strategies for reflection on learning and practice in order to adjust learning process for continual learning, for continual improvement. It was a great way to emphasize that I can transfer knowledge, skills, behaviors acquired through formal and informal learning, and life experiences to new situations, which happens to be my own. So very excited about that. I view my ePortfolio as kind of an electric scrapbook that contains my best work and shows how through my work I am mastering those KSBs that are so vital in the workplace. There's such a great tool that I've registered on Folio Space, which is a free ePortfolio website where you can really get technically into it, and it has different options and all that, and it's going to span my life. But all of the skills I'm showcasing through my ePortfolio were developed through relevant assignments and hard work, lots of learning the arts of the legal field. But every time I add another assignment, my confidence grows exponentially. And that's why ePortfolios are such a valuable tool. I look forward to developing mine further. Thanks so much.